Adventures of Don Quixote, Chapter 19, The Night of the White Moon. Life at the palace was not satisfying. Don Quixote kept thinking of the needy people in the world who could use his help. One day he secured permission to leave, and knight and squire took to the road again. Freedom, Sancho, is one of the greatest gifts heaven can give a person. Nothing can compare with it, not the riches deep in the earth, nor the riches deep in the sea. One's freedom and one's honor are as important as life itself. Captivity, on the contrary, is the worst evil that can fall on a person. I am telling you this, Sancho, because you saw and experienced the great life we had at the palace. But I can tell you that in the middle of those grand banquets, I felt hungry because I was not free. Those were not my delicacies. Happy is the person who has a piece of bread and only has to thank heaven for it. Well, master, the practical Sancho said, we should not be ungrateful to the Duke. His butler gave me this little bag with 200 gold coins in it. We're not going to find palaces all over. We may need to stay at a few inns. Don Quixote decided to head for Barcelona, a beautiful city by the sea. One morning, Don Quixote, dressed in full armor, was riding along the beach. Suddenly, a knight came toward him, also dressed in full armor, a shining moon painted upon his shield. When he was within hearing distance, he intoned, "Famous Don Quixote de la Mancha, knight who has not yet been recognized in all his worth. I am the Knight of the White Moon. No doubt you have heard of my deeds. I am here to fight with you, to test the strength of your arms, to make you confess that my lady, anyone I choose for my lady, is infinitely more beautiful than your Dulcinea. If you confess this truth immediately, you will not die at my hand. You will spare me the trouble of killing you. If we fight and I win, I only want you to abandon your armor and stop looking for adventure. I want you to go back to your hometown and live there in peace for an entire year without touching a sword, because you need to look after your estate and you need to rest. If you win, my head will be at your disposal, and my armor and horse will be yours, and my fame will be added to yours. Tell me what is your wish. I want to finish this business today." How arrogant, that Knight of the White Moon, Don Quixote thought, and what a ridiculous cause for a challenge. No beauty comes near Dulcinea's. He said calmly and gravely, "Knight of the White Moon, I have not heard of you before, and I will make you vow that you have never seen Dulcinea del Toboso. You would not have made your foolish remarks if you had seen her. I accept your challenge with one exception. I do not want your fame added to mine, because I don't know about your deeds. Let's get on with it then. Take the side of the field you prefer." Don Quixote prayed to God and thought of Dulcinea. He was ready. They headed toward each other. The Knight of the White Moon had a faster horse. Don Quixote fell off Rocinante without even being touched by his opponent's lance. Planting his lance on Don Quixote's helmet, the victor said, "You are beaten, Sir Knight Don Quixote de la Mancha, and you'll die if you do not confess what we agreed upon." Don Quixote would rather die. With a deep voice, as if coming from the other world, he said, "Dulcinea del Toboso is the most beautiful woman in the world, and I am the most unfortunate knight on earth. Her name and her honor are not to suffer because I am weak. Go on, Sir Knight of the White Moon, drive the lance through. Take my life, since you have taken my honor." "I shall not," said the Knight of the White Moon. "Long live the beauty of Doña Dulcinea del Toboso, lady of the brave knight Don Quixote de la Mancha. I am content with the second part of the pledge. Don Quixote shall return to his hometown for a year, or as long as I say, as agreed before the fight. Anything not against my lady Dulcinea del Toboso I will do as a true gentleman, he replied humbly, sadly. Don Quixote was numb. Sancho, sad and confused. Was this a bad dream? A nightmare? What was going to happen? 1 whole year without taking up arms? What about Rocinante? And what about his master? Was he badly hurt? Oh God, please let this be only a nightmare, he prayed. Don Quixote was bedridden for a few days. He was not wounded, but he was feverish. And in his better moments, one thought kept coming to his mind. Who was the Knight of the White Moon? He had never heard of him. He had no idea that it was none other than his friend Samson Carrasco. The young man, the priest, and the barber had never stopped thinking of ways to make their friend go back to a normal life at home. This time they had succeeded. When Don Quixote recovered, it was time to go home. The knight wore regular clothes. His armor was put over Sancho's donkey. His faithful squire walked all the way home to La Mancha.